Hello, beautiful people of the interwebs. It's me, Fatman in Paradise, coming to you once again from Paradise. I wanted to bring up this little fact that I found quite interesting. Kind of like a chicken and the egg situation here. Which comes first? Honestly, considering we already know that Google manipulates their analytics and their Google searches already. But I want to point out this. There's two articles I want to point out. There's Bacterial Pneumonia Causes, Risks, and Factors, done by healthline.com, and the other one done by dailymail.co. This two articles are the top two articles and most clicked articles out of this entire search. What I find utterly fascinating is how they go about the manipulation of the news, because these two articles seem to be written by the same person. First and foremost, let's get over to Hillary Clinton. Alright, here we're going into the article that I pointed out in the Google search from the Daily Mail. Hillary Clinton has bacterial pneumonia and has another secret intermedical treatment in January. Why are they going into this? The article goes on about how she had a sinus ear infection, where they actually had to put in a small shunt to be able to drain out the fluids. And honestly, as someone who also suffers from sinusitis, it is quite uncomfortable and painful. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm wondering why they're talking about her sinusitis here when it's supposed to be an article about her. The entire article goes well in depth about her ear infection and the minor surgery that they had to do to be able to put in this small shunt. And in a letter for Wednesday evening that was posted on Clinton's campaign website, written on an official letterhead from Dr. Lisa Bardak, Clinton's personal physician, or honestly, that might be a typo there, or might not. It detailed that she first came to see Dr. Bardak on Friday, September 2nd, a week before the campaign had previously acknowledged. At the time, she was diagnosed with low-grade fever, congestion, and fatigue, and told her to see her doctor when she returned from a campaign trip. A week later, she returned to Dr. Bardak, and a chest CT scan revealed signs of pneumonia, and she was given a 10-day course of antibiotics to treat the condition that our doctor, Chelsea Clinton, says she didn't know about either until Sunday. The remainder of the physical exam was normal, and she is in excellent mental condition, Bardak's letter goes on to say. Clinton stayed off and it goes on explaining how she stayed off the campaign trail for 2 days and made her maiden voyage on her campaign plane on Monday to Ohio, despite. This is still ridiculous. I just wanted to point out here, as someone who deceives people for a living, i.e. a magician, this is definitely smoke and mirrors going on here. They're talking about what's not important while giving absolutely nothing away for what is important. Sorry everyone, it was just getting a little bit too boring there. I had to liven up a little bit. Now, back to actually our original discussion. This is the Healthline link that I mentioned before, that I'll go back to the Google search in just a moment to be able to point out the inconsistency of the information. What I consider the most dangerous part of this entire situation, because it endangers the people around Hillary Clinton. Because this is bacterial pneumonia. It is also known as walking pneumonia, and its entire article on pneumonia downplays walking pneumonia, where honestly it shouldn't. This shows that Hillary Clinton is again being wantonly negligent with her health condition and its danger to others. She has pneumonia, also, as I mentioned before, known as walking pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia. On healthline.com, it talks about how you're going to take antibiotics to treat this type of pneumonia, and it should be taken as directed, and you might feel good only after 3 days, but keep taking it no matter what. And this is very important because Healthline doesn't go into the reasons why, because the antibiotics will continue killing bacteria within your system until it is gone. You may no longer feel sick, but you will still have the bacteria in your system, and that bacteria has a resistance to that antibiotics, and this is what causes drug resistant or antibiotic resistant bacteria. Is when people start feeling better just after, on average, 3 days worth of antibiotic treatments. This is because the bacteria have started to retreat, but those bacteria which are still alive are antibiotic resistant, and thus far more deadly to other people, because individuals are usually diagnosed, they go with severity of antibiotics from what they believe through different people's medical history, and this risks with their health and other people's health and exposes them to illnesses that are dangerous. Now, walking pneumonia, also known as bacterial pneumonia, most devastating because it can go across so many different people, so many different groups so quickly because of how easily it is to catch. Okay, there are 5 primary ways of getting microbial pneumonia. And the 5 different ones are MDR or multi-drug resistant, CAP, community acquired pneumonia, HCAP, healthcare acquired pneumonia, HAP, hospital acquired pneumonia, and VAP, ventilator associated. These different types of pneumonia are, as you can tell by the last 3, those are primarily associated with long-term care within a healthcare situation. So these ones are not ones that we're going to worry about for this article, but you're welcome to read up on them from Medscape. Now, what's important is that this is we're talking about most likely the first one, or the second one, community acquired pneumonia, considering the doctor did not actually describe what type it is. And it talks about different guidelines, different regimens of antibiotics, and then actually gives the list of different antibiotics towards what different organisms in this table right here. And it's quite extensive. You're welcome to go read about it. But here is the thing: outpatient endemic antibiotic therapy. This is the one that they're basically saying that Hillary Clinton is going through. There's a lot of technical medical jargon here, but it talks about the different levels of antibiotics that they'll be going through. This is the most weakest, this is the medium and strong, and this is the strongest right here. But the problem is, even people who are going through this type of therapy can still be transmittable while they are still going through this therapy. The doctor said that he had given Hillary Clinton a 10-day dose of antibiotics. That would be last week Friday, and it would be sometime Sunday or Monday, depending on what time of day she started the medication, since the 10-day regimen. Now, the problem with that is, it's with her being at September 11th memorial, that would be well within the 5-day window, and depending on which doctor it is, they'll talk about how the person can be still contagious within that 5-day window. And since Hillary Clinton is an older woman, and this is so true for both sexes, that their immune systems tend to be weaker as they get older, and that takes that into account. Also take into account that she had an obvious health issue on 9/11. Did she faint? They're not talking about what actually happened. And this is what I want to know. Did she pass out? Did she collapse? Is she having other issues for her health? Why aren't they talking about it? Why are they trying to suppress this? This is the questions I want to ask. Now I'm going to show you a short video from Transmit TV YouTube channel. Please check out his channel. It will be in the description along with this video link specifically. And I would like to point out the title of this video is Clinton: Hugs, Risks, spreading pneumonia to little girl despite getting diagnosed Friday. Right here, if you look at the small little wording he has overlaid in the image, you can see children and people age over 65 are considered high-risk cases because their bodies are more susceptible to infections. Other high-risk groups include pregnant women and people who have weakened immune systems. This next clip is same video, a little bit farther along, and I believe it takes place at the 9/11 memorial before she fainted. But this is also after she got the diagnosis, Friday, 2 days beforehand. And anyone who's had viral illnesses know they should not be around people who have weakened immune systems, especially children or elderly adults. Here we go. So in closing, may I recommend talking to everyone you know and get them to not vote for Hillary, because even the left is going, no!